Hello everybody, I'm Tarountula the Wizard, your new favorite streamer, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. Have been playing Pokemon TCG Live, and I have been having a blast. I don't really like deck building games because I'm not good at deck building games, but I like playing the games as long as I can have someone else's decks to work with. So this game, TCG, this is Pokemon TCG Live, and it is pretty amazing because it gives you these currencies you can see at the top of the screen for free, and you use them to buy all sorts of cards. You can get so many cards. There is a redeem section where you can enter like your codes, so you can purchase codes and then redeem them, but I would not recommend doing that necessarily because you don't own them. Buy real cards. I have got every single one of the cards I have got by just free rewards from this game. So, anyway, the most recent deck I got, it's giving me like whole decks just for free. And I'm assuming that the goal is to like encourage you to buy decks of real cards, because that's how they make money. But anyway, the most recent deck I got for free was this Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. And it comes with all of these cards. You get every single one of them. And I think it's funny that they include, I mean, of course they have to include energy, but I think it's kind of funny. And you get that from hitting level 34 on the Battle Pass. As you can see, I've got two Team Rockets. One's here. This one is one I've been playing with using the test function, but I put it together before I got that. And it's going to be a little bit different from the deck that we have here. This is the whole deck that it gave you. I've not made any alterations or any changes. Making alterations and changes to the decks is a thing I can handle and I'm good at. So let's take a look at these real quick. This is Team Rocket's Tarountula. It has Power Takedown. For one grass, it can do 30 damage to your enemy and 10 damage to itself. That sucks. There's 4 of them in here. Don't attack with this Pokemon. The keystone of this deck, Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, ability Power Saver. This Pokemon can't attack unless you have 4 or more Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So Mewtwo you bring out at the end when your bench is almost full. Erasure Ball. For 3 power, 2 of which have to be psychic, you may discard up to 2 energy from your benched Pokemon. This attack does 60 more damage for each card you discarded in this way, and it's really easy to get those 2 energy back every single time. I'll show you how. This Erasure Ball does 160 damage for a total of more damage, which I will record and show on the screen in a bit. Repelling Veil. Prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. Existing effects are not removed, damage is not an effect. So this protects only basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. So it will protect our Mewtwo, it will protect our Tarountula, it will not protect our Spidops. So that's just good to know. Also, it's an effect preventer, so it's going to stop confusion, poison, sleep, any other thing that happens. Damage is not an effect, so it does not protect damage. Just if you ever get really annoyed by confusion, have an Articuno. Dark Frost. For 3 energy, if this Pokemon has any Team Rocket's energy attached, this attack does 60 more damage. So if you're going to give Articuno energy, start off with the Team Rocket's energy. Team Rocket's Mimikyu. 60 HP, Gemstone Mimicry. For 2 energy, Gemstone Mimicry. Choose one of your opponent's active Terra Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. One thing that relies on your opponent having an active Terra Pokemon. Mewtwo isn't Terra, and since Mewtwo is the deck that was just released, a lot of people are playing it, and there aren't necessarily... There are Terra Pokemon that you want to be active in the decks that have been released lately, but it's not guaranteed. So there are even odds that if you try to use this as your active Pokemon, it will do absolutely nothing. So I don't know why this card is here. I would get rid of it. Spidops. Now you notice we have 4 out of 4 of these. We have 1 Mimikyu. Why is it here? Spidops. Ability, Charging Up. Now this ability is central to the gameplay. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon, and Spidops evolves from Tarountula. So that is the reason why Tarountula is in this deck. For 2 energy, you can do Rocket Rush, which does 30 damage for each of your Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. That's a good power. It's not necessarily a power we're going to try to lean on. The thing we lean on here is charging up. If you have 2 Spidops on the bench, and they both use charging up, then you gain 2 energy. Then you use Mewtwo's ability to discard those 2 energy, and do 1 energy, then you're getting 220 damage, and if you're discarding 2 energy, you're getting 280 damage, which is enough to kill Mewtwo, and will be enough to kill most other Pokemon. And then you get your 2 energy back, and you just rinse and repeat. Like, you pull these energy out of the discard, and you discard them. So Spidops' main job is to hang out on the bench and charge up your deck. Let's look at the trainer cards that we have. I'm gonna look at the energy. Ultra Ball, 4 of these. You can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Ultra Ball is a good card if you desperately need things that aren't basic type Pokemon, and you desperately need cards to go into your hand and not onto your bench. None of that is true for this game, so Ultra Ball for this deck. So Ultra Ball is not the best card, but it can be a good card. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. There's 2 of these in the deck. That's a good card. Earthen Vessel. You can use this card only if you discard another card from your hand. If you can, discard an energy, because we can retrieve energies from the discard pile easily. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them and put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Fantastic. If you have an energy... Oh, there's 3 of these in the deck. Energy Switch. Move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another Pokemon. There's 4 in this deck. I don't know how useful this is going to be, because I just got this deck. Team Rocket's Ariana. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If all of your Pokemon in play are Team Rocket's Pokemon, which this deck only has Team Rocket's Pokemon, it's physically not possible to have a non-Team Rocket Pokemon. Draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand instead, and if you're going to play her, that's how you want to do it. Team Rocket's Giovanni. He looks cool. Switch your active Team Rocket's Pokemon with one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon. If you do, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. That's just a nice way of getting the Pokemon I want in my active spot, and Pokemon I want to kill in my active spot. Super Rod. We love Super Rod. There's only 1 of them in this deck. Shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Use this if you end up with a lot of energy in your discard pile, or after they've taken out 1 or 2 of your Pokemon. I try not to use this if there's not, like, at least 3 things I can rescue from the discard pile. And because of our Spidops power, we actually want to leave at least 2 basic energy in the discard pile, so be aware. Maximum Belt. This is an Ace Spec item. You can only have 1 Ace Spec item per deck. Attacks used by the Pokemon this card is attached to do 50 more damage to your active Pokemon's EX. Most of the active Pokemon currently in use are EX Pokemon. If they're not an EX Pokemon, this doesn't do anything, which Ethan's Typhlosion deck does not rely heavily on EX Pokemon to attack. So that's, important. Team Rocket's Factory. Once during each player's turn, if they play to support a card that has Team Rocket in its name from their hand this turn, they may draw 2 cards. I like this because you have to be playing Team Rocket's deck to get advantage from it. I don't like stadiums that give my opponent an equal advantage I don't want my opponent to be getting advantage from my stadiums. And if they're not playing a Team Rocket deck, which they probably aren't, then they're not going to be able to get anything from this. So that's pretty good as far as stadiums goes. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Team Rocket's Petrel. That's a good support card. There's 1 of them in the deck. It's whatever. Team Rocket's Transceiver. There's 4 in the deck. Search your deck for a supporter card that has Team Rocket in its name, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Use this item to get the supporter card you want, and then play it, right? Use this item to get the supporter card you want, and then play it. Pokemon Tool Bravery Charm. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets 50 HP, plus 50 HP. Since this deck uses mostly basic Pokemon with the sole exception of Spidops, that's going to help almost anyone. I would recommend sticking it on your Mewtwo so your Mewtwo can survive longer and do more damage, or you could stick it on one of your support Pokemon that the enemy has been targeting. Team Rocket's Archer. You can use this card only if any of your Team Rocket's Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, which is fairly likely in late game. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Then you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 3 cards. I like that because it benefits me more than them. Team Rocket's Proton. If you go first, you may use this card during your first turn. You may only play one supporter card during your turn, and on the very first turn, the first person to go at the beginning of the game can't use a supporter card at all. So this is getting around that. There are 4 of this card in the deck, so it's probable you'll have that in your initial hand. Not really like super guaranteed, but it's awesome because you get to search your deck for up to 3 basic Team Rocket's Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. That's pretty great. And those are the trainer cards that come with this deck. Personally, I would replace all of these Ultra Balls for Nest Balls. I would grab at least one, just an Evolution Incense or 2, because that means I don't have to discard 2 whole cards from my hand. Let me see. Evolution Incense. It's around here somewhere, I'm sure. This means that I already have as many cards as I have in the deck. Like, I have Team Rocket's Ariana, but all 4 of them are in the deck, so it's showing a 0 with an exclamation point. Okay. Boop. Like, Brock Scouting would be pretty good, but it's not Team Rocket's. But 2 basic or 1 evolution Pokemon, that's real good for this deck. Grand Tree is most helpful for decks that have stage 2 Pokemon. It's too much of a benefit to your opponent to justify having this. Jock, search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That's a decent card. That might be good enough to put a card that isn't Team Rocket's into this deck. Rare Candy, useless. Salvador, search your deck for a card that has no abilities and evolves from one of your Pokemon, and put it on that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. You can use this card on Pokemon you put down when you were setting up to play, or Pokemon that was put in play. So this gets around the you cannot evolve the Pokemon on the same turn limitation, which is fantastic. Salvador, fantastic. But Spidops has an ability, so we're not going to be able to use that. Boop. Team Rocket's Great Ball. Why is this not in the deck? Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for an evolution Team Rocket's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If tails, search your deck for a basic Team Rocket's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So basically you are getting a Pokemon. If it's an evolution Pokemon or a basic Pokemon is up to chance. But that's a great card. Why is it not in the deck? Technical Machine De-Evolution, Evolution, it's not good enough to waste a full attack on. Let's see. Okay, so I have all of the evolution cards. Team Rocket. Let's see. Team Rocket's Botherbot. Turn one of your opponent's face-down prize cards face up, and choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. You may have your opponent switch those cards. That prize card remains face up for the rest of the game. So, basically, this takes one of their prize cards, which may be useful to them, maybe not useful to them, and switches it with a card from their hand, basically locking that card out of play until they take out one of your Pokemon. You can use this to be really annoying, like it's a Botherbot, like it's called, but this requires, in order for you to make good decisions about what card whether or not to swap the card, you have to really understand your opponent's deck. And my head is full of understanding my own deck at any given time, so that's just not a guaranteed good thing. Ba-doop, boop, boop. Again, why is this not in the deck? Ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Transceiver we have. Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. Flip a coin. If heads, put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If tails, put 2 damage counters on your active Pokemon. That's very Team Rocket of them. I don't like that. Even odds of damaging my Pokemon. I would only want that if, like, 2 isn't that many. 2 can be enough to push you over the edge, though. And I would only like that if I had some way of countering damage or taking advantage from damage. Like, that's not great. Team Rocket's Watchtower. Normal type Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's have no abilities. Do we have any normal type Pokemon in this deck? Let's go take a look. Stop it. Stop it. Grass, Psychic, Water, Psychic, Grass. Okay, so that is a card that will not hurt us at all in this deck and would be useful. So definitely a card worth thinking about. Now look at the energy. This is a weird energy layout. 1 water. 4 Team Rocket's energy. Great, fantastic. This card can only be attached to a Team Rocket's Pokemon. We only have Team Rocket's Pokemon. Moving on. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides 2 in any combination of Psychic and Dark energy. So this covers 100% of our Psychic and Dark energy needs. 2 Grass-type basic energy. 3 Psychic-type basic energy. That's a weird distribution. That's not super helpful. The Grass-type energy must be for the Spidops so that it can do Rocket Rush. And that's reasonable. 30 times, 6? That's going to be 180 damage. That's, if you have 100% of, if your bench is full, that's a good amount of damage. Having this Pokemon attack makes sense. Having this Pokemon attack, as we discussed, does not. 120 damage is not bad, and it does require a water damage, but that's not a priority for this deck. So I don't think it needs any water energy. The fact that there's only 1 in the entire deck means that you're not going to be able to get it. What if it's in the prize card pile? Like, no. This only needs Psychic type, which we can cover with our Team Rocket's energy, and 1 normal type, which we can get anywhere, and don't use this attack, that's terrible. So, in terms of Pokemon that I want to attack that aren't Mewtwo, we have Spidops, which is why the modified Team Rocket's decks that I've seen get rid of Psychic and Water type energy in exchange for like 11 Grass type energy cards. We're gonna try using this deck as is, so that you guys can get, we're gonna try using this deck as is, so that you guys can use the tips, but like I said, my strength lies in deck altering, not deck building. So those are some of my thoughts as to what I would use. And I don't know which cards you guys are gonna have, due to your random draws. So using a modified deck won't help you guys out as much. So that is active. We have customized it. Looks awesome. I don't have this yet. Let's go play a round or 2. Let's go. My purpose in life is to battle together with my peers. That's pretty silly. Why is it always water type pins? Whether or not you want to go first depends on the kind of deck you're playing. We don't want to go first because we rely heavily on a lot of different supporters and getting supporters out. If you go first, you don't get to play a supporter or attack. You should also go second if you have like a really quick attack you can get out right away, like Zacian EX. That's a great reason to go second. You can attack right away. But, so for those reasons, we're going to go second. You want to go first if you want to get like a lot of energy on your Pokemon real fast, or your setup is quicker. Slugma, are they using a Team Rocket deck? No. It's an Ethan's deck. Oh, my bad. Foolishness. And they got a Pheasantipity on the bench. Okay, Pheasantipity's kind of a whatever Pokemon. It lets you draw 3 cards when your Pokemon's knocked out. It gets chucked into a lot of other decks. A lot of decks just because draw 3 card good. It's not really central to any deck. What am I going to do on my turn? I'll probably play down my second Mewtwo, and it looks like I have Ariana, so I'll probably have to play Ariana. Ethan Cyndaquil. Ethan's deck really does want to go second. Ethan's deck is super dependent on supporter cards, so that's unfortunate for them. An energy switch. Interesting. What am I gonna do? Let's put this Maximum Belt on, even though there probably aren't going to be a lot of EX Pokemon fighting, and give it 1 energy, because why not? And then we've reduced the number of cards we have in our hand as low as possible, so we can draw a good selection of more cards. Fantastic. This is better. We can't use another supporter card, and I don't really want to use my Earthen Vessel. I do want to go hunting for Pokemon. Please come help me, Proton. I won't be able to use that this turn, but next turn. Let's use Earthen Vessel. We don't need this many swishes. They're kind of useful, but most of my Pokemon are good. I can just use whatever Pokemon. We've got Spidops in our hands, so let's grab that green energy, just in case. We can't grab a Team Rocket's energy with an Earthen Vessel, which is kind of a shame. That's pretty much all I can do, so we'll call it a turn. I just remembered that Mewtwo has a Power Saver, so I definitely needed Proton to get me at least 3 more basic Pokemon, because this Mewtwo can't attack no matter how much power I put on it. That's bad. Hey, they got their Quilava out, they can start running through Ethan's adventure. Fantastic. Sure, 20 damage, why not? Team Rocket's factory, sweet. It's Quilava to look at. Let's get Team Rocket's factory out there, and then we can play our Proton. We don't have to have the factory out first, because it will just remember that you have played a Team Rocket supporter card. It's okay if you put it down second. Let's grab 2 Spidops because 2 Tarountulas, because I have both the evolutions in my hand, and they'll be fantastic if I'm able to get that out. I really would like a Team Rocket's energy, because 1 energy isn't going to do a whole lot for me. But I don't really have a lot of options, so we'll get rid of... I don't know. Sure, we'll discard that. Then my Spidops can pull it out from the discard pile. That's right, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, well at least we have some Psychic type energy now. But I really don't have any options for getting that Mewtwo 2 more energy this turn, which kind of sucks. So no attacking for me. I like Energy Switch. It gives a good way to move energy around. I haven't needed it a lot though. I'm not certain if Mewtwo counts themselves in the 4 Team Rocket's Pokemon in play, but I think so, probably, not certain. They've got their Ho-Oh out, that's going to be a great source of energy for them, but their Slugma's still in the active spot, so they want to pull that down if they want to start powering up their Slugma, but they don't really have anyone else they can put in the active spot either. A Typhlosion already? Did you even use Quilava's ability this turn? I don't think you drew a second Ethan's Adventure card. You have to make sure you use your Quilava's ability before you evolve that thing. What are you going to power up, Ho-Oh? Yeah, that makes sense. Ho-Oh has a good power attack. Typhlosion only needs 1 power. That's it. I keep forgetting what Ariana does. An Ultra Ball. Unfortunately, I have pretty much all of the cards I need. Like, it'd be nice to have some of my other cards, but I don't care. Devastatingly, we have had to spend 3 basic energy on our Mewtwo instead of being able to cheat with Team Rocket's energy. We also didn't manage to discard that basic energy, so... maybe I can cheat a little bit. Yeah, I don't really have a Pokemon I want to look for, but I do want to discard this energy so I can get it onto my Spidops. Okay, I guess I can take another Tarountula. Why not? It's possible. That'll help. I have 4 cards in my hand. I still could play Ariana, but then I'm only going to get 4 cards. I kind of want to use as many cards as possible. So we'll very usefully switch this Spidops energy to the other Spidops. So this one's ready to attack, I guess? And now we can use our Ariana and we'll draw a full 7 cards, which is significantly more useful. I got a Team Rocket's energy, finally! I cannot attach it to a Pokemon because I've already attached my basic energy this turn. Okay, well, that's fine. The Transceiver will be very helpful for when I decide I need a specific supporter card. Energy Switch and another Team Rocket's energy. Excellent. I can put one of those on each of my Mewtwo's. And use the Earthen Vessel to search for the last remaining energy in our deck. Okay, let's do Erasure Ball. Mag Cargo has 130 HP. Its base damage is gonna do it. We're not gonna discard energy from our Pokemon, even though we totally could, because I don't need to. I also really... Stop that, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Yeah, I know. I really wish that they, like, automated the choose a prize card. Like, surely I don't need to specifically pick a prize card every single time. Can I just have it give me the one off the top, please? That's basically what you do in regular Pokemon. You don't shuffle through them staring at them. I mean, in the, like, in-person game. Their Ho-Oh is 1 energy low, and they just put them in the active deck. But they haven't played an energy from their hand yet, so they can finish that. Ho-Oh does 160 damage, which is not going to be enough to take out my Mewtwo, even with the 20 damage. He'll be at 180, so definitely within kill range for a different Pokemon, but not within kill range for Ho-Oh. And my Mewtwo, if I discard 2 cards, goes up to 280 damage, which is gonna be enough. Mew, by the way, is also a card that you see in a lot of different decks. It just, if you have less than 3 cards, you can draw up to 3. I feel like there's better ways to get draw 3, and it's an EX Pokemon, so it exposes you to, if your opponent kills it with only 188 hit points, then they're gonna draw 2 prize cards. Like, I really feel like there's better ways to get draw 3 cards. But it's apparently a good filler Pokemon. They don't have any energy in their hand. They desperately need energy. There we go. Flip the Script did that for them. 320 damage. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, it's a fire-type Pokemon. My Spidops is weak to fire. Oh my goodness. I thought I had Mewtwo in front. Oh, they must have moved him when I wasn't paying attention. Ugh, that's what you get for not paying attention on your turn. Okay, well, fine. Whatever. I still have my Mewtwo. Get wrecked. I do kind of want to use a supporter card. Hey! I can make them have less cards. Would you like less cards? I kind of have 11 cards, which is kind of a lot. Do I want to get rid of all of those cards? They're not discarded, so they will be able to draw again. I'm down to 18 cards, so it's not a bad idea, but I honestly don't know of a specific trainer card that I want. So Petrel, I'm probably not going to use all that much. Get nerfed. A ton of supporters, a Super Rod, sweet. What's in there? 2 Pokemon? I kind of want to wait until there's 3 things that I can pull out with my Super Rod before I use it. Because it is, I don't have a way to get Super Rod out of the discard pile. Fine, whatever, let's do it. I need the Spidops, but it's not going in my hand, so that's deeply annoying. It's fine. We can do 210 to 330 damage. Why is it buffed? Oh yeah, because of my Max Belt! I'm very forgetful. Ho-Oh is an EX Pokemon, so it's getting a plus 50. What? So I only need to discard 1 energy from 210 to get from 210 to 270. Taking out the Ho-Oh. I could have taken out the Ho-Oh without the buff from the Max Belt, but Hey, it's always good to have extra energy. Typhlosion's out. They've got their Flip the Script ability. How many Ethan's Adventure cards do they have in their discard? I don't think they have as many as they want. I still don't know which supporter card I'm going to play for next turn, but at least I can get Articuno out. Not that, like, it's going to help a lot, but they discarded their Max Rod in exchange for superior energy retrieval. I would have done the Max Rod because I think that can bring both Pokemon and that can take both Pokemon and energy, and so if you want, you get 4 energy and a bonus Pokemon, like if that's what you're looking for. So that's an interesting decision. They're charging up their Ho-Oh. Really don't know why they don't have any Slugmas out here. Like, I know I killed their first Slugma, okay, but like you have more Slugma. Go get more Slugma. And you could have used the rod or whatever to pull them out of the discards, like... Yeah, I killed your Slugma, get over it. Okay, like I said, not enough damage to kill me this time around. So, what should we do? Let's finish powering up this Mewtwo. And pull out our energy. Always good to have the energy ready to go. Let's drop Articuno on there, and then which of these supporters do I want? I have 7 cards, that's not gonna help. Search my deck for 3 basic Pokemon that I can't fit on my bench. This is fine, we'll do that one. Maybe it'll be useful. Look, there's a Mimikyu. Now I have every single one of my basic Pokemon pulled out. On my bench. Well, in my hand or on my bench, so that's a thing. But the main benefit I'm getting here is from Team Rocket's factory. It won't let me replace my factory, like, stadium with an identical stadium, which I think is rude of it. I should be allowed to do that. Petrel and an Energy Switch. I really don't need Energy Switch at this point. I really honestly am rolling and good to go. Now, if you can, you want to use like extra abilities to like buff your next turn in case the cards turn against you, but I really don't think I have anything else to do. We're doing 160 damage, Typhlosion has 170, we have to discard 1 card. Yeah, I'm not going to discard everything just because I can. Only 1 prize card, and it's another useless factory. Fantastic. That's what I wanted. Fantastic. The only cards they have remaining are EX Pokemon. They could get out a Pokemon that's like a basic Pokemon like Slugma to stall this a little bit, forcing me to get through 2 Pokemon. But if I have like a Boss's Orders or Giovanni, that's not going to stop me. If I kill one of these EX Pokemons, I'm gonna take both of my prize cards and then I win. So I think this game is finished, actually. Ho has 230 HP, I can deal up to 280. She's going down. Desperate attempt to try to find something for me to kill that isn't an EX Pokemon. I have so many cards and I don't need any of them. Oh. I guess I really don't need any of them. This is a good card to play in late game if you're losing, because that just shot me down to 2 cards in my hand instead of 11, and you don't really want your opponent to have that many cards. That's what Artisan does. It lets you get a basic Pokemon out. I don't have space on my bench, so I won't be able to use it. So this stadium is benefiting them more than me. I also don't need it. I don't need it. My Mewtwo goes down. I was not paying attention, and I should have done the math and realized that he was going to go out, but I didn't want to spend the energy to retreat him when he's still working hard for me, and that's fine. This is part of the reason I buffed this last Mewtwo, well, the second Mewtwo, so that I could just replace him and move on with my life. If I let him take out my Mewtwo, I'm in big trouble. so I just won't do that. I keep forgetting this deck has water-type energy. That's the silliest thing I've ever seen. What's this buff? Oh yeah, Articuno's giving them all a buff. Why has everyone got a buff? Oh, Spidops doesn't have the buff because it's the... it's not a basic type. There's no more energy in this deck. That's kind of hilarious, which means all of it is either in the prize cards or in the discards pile. I did lose a Pokemon, so let's get out another Tarountula. I keep hoping that I'm going to get more Spidops, and that keeps not happening. Whatever. Let's get this over with. I probably should have just skipped to that part. It's a little bit rude to make your opponent wait extra time when we both know that the game is over. But GG, they did a good job. One of my Giovannis. Victory! Success! And that's it. That's how you do it. Hopefully. They did a good job. Let's add them as a friend.